Hello everyone, welcome. We are in Vancouver. It's super rainy. I totally didn't expect that. I had a bit of a problem before starting the stream. There was a cat on my lap, and I had to throw her away from my lap. No, so sad. Hey Nicotine, very nice to see you. Let's start the bot. It's not welcoming you. Outrageous. Now it should be better. You. Yeah, I did send a peek of a cat on my lap to 10. That happened. It just came. I mean, at first, wanted to start it. I didn't know what to do. Panic. Hi 10, very nice to see you. However, welcome with the highs, being the first, redeeming the first, and the zombie close second. Very nice to see you. Welcome. She knew. I don't know. She's a cat. And being the third, thank you for the redeem. Very nice to see you all. It's a bit funny because it's rather sunny out of my window, but it's a bit rainy here in the sim, and now I'm in the rainy mood. So well, immersion is real. But we are the millionaire, so at least we have that going for us. It's in the green, typical millionaire color. I love it. It's a great name. I managed to close the loop. It's pretty okay. I think I like it after all. It might have been a bit too loud for you, so I hope I didn't destroy your ears. Alright, let's show what we are doing today. And expect
meow.
Shoutouts.
Meow,
No.
meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow.
That's a good blurb. Thank you. Our first streamer 10, welcome. Very nice to see you. Alright, I really liked what we did last time, just flying around in the Cessna, so I thought we will do the same thing. That was just one of you loading in. I was so confused as to what is going on. Never mind, it's cool. Oh dear, if you can slew a bit, it will be great, but don't worry about it. It looked a bit crazy when that happened. Hang on, I think I need to correct myself. So we'll just go into here. We will turn on the battery briefly. We'll turn on this thing. Alright, and now I can get rid of everything that is there. Full chugs, pita cover, coal flags. And now I think we can move the plane. Otherwise the slew mod isn't working at all. Alright, I hope this helps. I'll get them back in. Don't worry about that. It happens that we boot in the same place, so no, not a big deal. Yeah, I think that's what happened, also I can't see anymore. Boo! If that's any of you, that's fine. If that's not any of you, you can always join. We are on Europe North multiplayer, so feel free to join and fly along. Although the weather is a bit challenging, so don't worry about that. You can always set clear weather if it's too bad for you. I was saying, alright, we are here in Vancouver area. There's quite a few airports, airfields around here. Data and the top overlay is coming from what you see in the Volanta. And today I have actually created the route. That's amazing. So that's what we're going to cover. It is not the shortest route. I think it's 90 miles or something. And the weather, well, it doesn't look so bad here. It's 8 miles, light rain, broken 3200. So that's perfectly flyable weather. Also in the Sims, it seems to be a bit worse. Vancouver is always spectacular, but FPS killer. Well, we'll see about that. So far it seems good. I know, I disabled my rolling cache. Misfits is a mystery when it comes to the FPS. So, there is this here. You can always type route and you'll get it. There we go. Hey, welcome. That's me. I think the bot is too nice. Just welcoming everyone, myself included, but hey, I like it, we'll keep it. Alright, I will kill the music, get the music, and I need to lock my chairs. As usual, I'll leave it for a few seconds and we'll be right back. Before we do that, let me kill the loop. Start the music and put the burst to sleep. Alright, so now what I need to do is to put my seat in position and put those things under the wheels. I know everyone has a different way to lock the Alright, I'm back. That wasn't a camera. Alright, it seems to be gone. Maybe it was. I don't know. There seems to have been some artifact in the middle of the screen. I was about to say that. Yeah, but I have no clue what that was. I wasn't on the camera when I was there. Interesting. That's never happened before. Right, anyway, let's get inside, let's get going. It is super rainy here in Vancouver. I am getting the rainy mood, not gonna lie. So, but we'll get through it. Which is super fun because it's a bit sunny outside, although my window blinds are closed. Right, we need the battery on. We need to start the avionics, start this guy. Click on the screen, rotate that, get everything off. Wheel chocks, pita cover, tighten down, scope plugs. Right, that's done, so we can get this back. We can turn it off, avionics off. So that's our normal state. It is a bit of a bummer. I need to start up avionics to get those things off, but I think it's okay. It works. I love those SimCaesar remotes. They're super nice. Also, are you flying with the SimCaesar when they have those group flights, community flights? There's always a ton of people. Looks pretty nice. So it's a bit late for me, so I hardly ever have a chance to do that. Right, before we run out, let's check our fuel. We'll get 60%. This should be just fine for 3 hours flight. Right, fuel is on both. Actually, note that you cannot turn off the fuel selector in this plane. I think because of the gravity feed, that's how it works here, and you can also have it on both, which you usually do. Fuel shut-off valves are in. I step on the brakes, set my parking brake, get my mixture to idle, throttle to idle. Right, that's all I have here. Nav lights on. Right, I missed the clicks, but I was a bit worried it doesn't work. Seems to be working fine also, so no big deal here. Beacon on, and now let's think what to do. Put the mixture in, throttle in. I'm just doing this from top of my head. I hope it works. If it doesn't, we'll try again. And fuel pump. So get it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. There was the fuel flow, so I did have a look at that. Throttle close and open just a bit. Mixture, I think we need it halfway. Also we need it in Baron and Bonanza. Let's try the same thing here. Get to both. Clear prop. No one here. Also my frames are great today, again, so far. Also I've turned off the rolling cache altogether, so we'll see how this works. Stepping on the brakes and engage the starter and hold it. That didn't work. Right, also our battery is at 24.2, so we need to keep an eye on it. Mixture is in, throttle. Yes, open it halfway actually. I think it needs quite a lot in this aircraft. Let's try again. Now that looks a bit better. I think I haven't unmuted the sim, so now we should be able to hear it. Actually, I wasn't able to hear it as well. Alright, throttle to 1000 RPM. Alright, alternator on, oil pressure is in the green, so we're good here. I can release the brake, I'll hit the B for QNH. Note our elevation, so that's 20 feet. Right, let's check this guy. So that's 172, 175. It's showing the same thing here, so that's good. We can get the avionics on. Right, turn on the Garmin's. I really do like the state saving here. when I turned off last time, it's actually off today, and I forgot to turn off the fuel shut-off valve, and it has been on, so that's nice. I really do enjoy it. And it sort of punishes me for not doing it at the end of the flight, because I come here and it's not done, and oh no, I forgot. Also, let's get the trim to take off. And when I still remember, flaps are up. Alright. What do we need? Transponder standby. 1200, that's okay. Garum is on. Actually, let's get some light inside, so we do that by... I think we just turn those things. Yep. There's 4 of them. I don't fully remember which is which, so I can just get all of them somewhere halfway. Also, our battery is charging, so it's 24.6 now. I'm a bit surprised it's showing the battery voltage here, because normally it would be showing the alternator voltage. Should be around 28. Right, it will take forever again to get our temperature to rise to the green, which is as it should be. We can turn on the traffic here, so press, rotate, enter, press again. Oh, right, it worked. Get to this view here. What do we need? Let's have a look. So the weather is actually... wind is 070 at 12, so let's check the runway, which we can take off. 070. So I think we'll go for the runway, this one, which is... I think I can barely see. It's a bit too far, hang on. I'll get the scale up. Does that work? I think it works now, so I'll get it to 150. I can't get it any higher. So that's 08, right? We'll go for this runway. 08, right? And we'll taxi. How do we taxi? Here via this small thing, Foxtrot, Alpha. Right, do we need the whole runway? Yeah, let's take the whole runway. Alpha to 08, right? Right. So we have the plan here. Also, I think they have further improved this airport diagrams a bit. And look, we have all the nameplates here. There is the Millionaire. I absolutely love that. It is so good. Right, then to go to our first destination, Heat Meadows. Sounds nice. I think we'll take off, try to locate these islands here on the river, and just follow this river to find the place. The visibility will be a bit limited, I think, in the sim, so I'll see how this goes. Shall we turn off our position so it's more difficult? Let's do that. I'll just turn it off, try to navigate just by looking at what I see here. It will be interesting. Also, you will be able to still be able to see everything here. Right, still haven't read the manual for the autopilot, so I'm not sure how to change the bar units here. I would really be glad to be able to change that. So let's see, we are 1010 or 1011. Pretty much the same thing. Let's set 1011. I still wonder if we can change the units. There probably is a way, so I'm not... Oh, alright, now it works. Holding the bar for a long time did the trick. So let's set it to 2845 or 6. Looks like a 6 to me. Right, so at least I learned one thing now. It's a bit of a long taxi, so let's start taxiing and hope this engine temperature will rise. I think it's just a hair over the minimum, so there's a good chance it will warm up until we reach the runway. I did set the altitude to minus 2000 feet, so the alert doesn't go off all the time. It's... well, I just don't like it when we're flying very low. Taxi light on, transponder alt. I forgot that the last time, I'm not sure if you remember. Check the track IR. Seems to be working fine. Right, step on the brakes, release parking brake, adds a bit of power. Just get rolling, full left. Not stepping on the brake at the moment. And let's find this taxiway. Here you can exit to Foxtrot. We haven't been flying in the rain all too much, so it's actually cool that we have the rain. Also, I do feel a bit soaked in. Also, remember that long time ago I did turn off the camera shake, and I really like the sim better without it. There is still a bit of a shake, but I think it has been too much together with the track IR. Right, no wonder that zombie. Hope first of all, I think it's you, and second of all, I think you will be able to follow. Yeah, it is you. Great stuff. Thank you for flying along. Right, we are going a bit fast, so let's rectify this. Also, I do need to keep the throttle at 1000 RPM to let the engine warm up. Right, we are on Foxtrot, there is Bravo to the right, we are looking for Alpha, so that's still a bit to go. And there's a shell hangar, I wonder if... well, how that actually works, if it's a service station or what that is. Our engine temperature is getting up, so it's halfway between the lowest indication and the green range, so we're almost there. This should be right, Alpha to the right. It actually is. There is the sign. I'm trying not to move my head all too much when I'm taxiing. It's a bit disorienting. Right, engine temperature still to 2 of the needle to get into the green range. We can see the cloud, which means we can see through the other clouds, as in there is part of the sky which is not fully covered by the clouds. Actually, it's not terrible weather, it's just we cannot see the ceiling here. Well, not usually. Sometimes even if the clouds are like this, you can clearly see the ceiling and just be able to gauge somewhat how high it is. Well, it's not always possible, but you have some idea. Also, my guess is often very, very wrong about that. Also, temperature is positive, so we shouldn't be having any icing. Would be a bit unfortunate here in an aircraft that doesn't have any de-icing capability. Are we crossing runway? I think we are. Not to sell, be more aware about that. Also, I don't remember seeing... oh, actually, yeah, there must have been those signs that we are crossing the runway. How fast are we rolling? 35 knots. Oh dear, that's a bit too fast. It's a long runway. Anyway, our engine temperature is almost there, so haven't lost all too much by taxiing all this distance. There's Alpha 6 here. Right, there's the Glycol Pantana, so that should be around the touchdown zone. We're almost there. I think we can see the end of the way. Hoverbird, I step for a moment and chat entirely dies. Hey Hoverbird, welcome. I think that zombie is busy playing, then is busy resting, and that's pretty much all of us. I'm busy texting. I can type in chat as well. But it's fine. And we've got the rain vibes. that's quite interesting. Right, here's our spot. I think there's a lot of place here for us to do the run up, so we'll just go here to the side. Right, we have stopped, parking brake set, let's set the RPM. I think we need 1700, that's what we found out the hard way. Right, magnetos to left. Oh. Alright, that's 100, 110, so that's okay. Back to both. Right, we're back at 1750. Let's stay here. Magnetos to right. And that's... Alright, I think... We had a difference between the two drops, but it was within the 50 difference, so it seems okay to me. And there's nothing more to check here, there's no carb hit, nothing else. So let's slow the engine down, we are in the green, we should have checked that before the run-up, although I know it's already in the green. Let's get ready for takeoff then. Left to right, fuel pump on, landing light on, taxi light off. Strobe on, pitot hit on. Laps 10. Oh, I forgot the runway heading. So let's just set... That was 08, I believe. Just set 080. That should be within the 5 degrees of the actual heading. Right, that's all we need at the moment, so our cruise altitude, I think 1000 will be fine, maybe 500 if we are in the soup. I'm not sure what the sim is seeing, because well, its visibility doesn't look great, it was way better in the meter, so we'll find out. Let's have a look if that zombie is ready to go. There you go, good stuff. And there's Nicotine, welcome. So I hope we'll be able to take off soon enough. Anyway, you know where we are going, so we can always wait for you there, doing some touch and goes. Right, need to get back on the taxiway. Clear there on the left. Enter the runway. There's the runway number, so it's a bit difficult to see. I think it does say 08 right. 08 right. Right, good stuff. Here's the center line. We have all the runway in the world, and this definitely doesn't look like what we have in the meter. Quickly check what it says in the tab in Navigraph. So what does it say? It says above 6 miles, light rain, tempo 5 miles, light rain, view 1200, 800, but that's from 19. That's still, well, that's almost now. Alright, we should be able to fly at 500 feet. Also, if this was a real flight, I probably wouldn't be very happy to fly in this weather. There is a good chance I will just not fly VFR in this weather because it's a bit too risky. If struggling, stay connected. Eating something, then we'll try to fly a bit around with you. Cool. I wonder where the struggle comes from. Is it the servers that are having trouble again? Right. Zombies here. Let's roll then. We'll get back on the central line. Slowly at full power. 2500 RPM. Engine instruments are in the green. Right rudder. Apply some back pressure to release the pressure on the nose wheel. Right, not too much. We have lifted off already. Right, there's 70 knots. Climbing. I need to trim a bit up. 200 feet, reduce the power, 2500. 300 feet, flaps up, trim up. Fuel pump off, landing lights off. There we go, that's it. Right, it's definitely not what's in the meter, so we'll stay at 500 feet. And you'll see why it's not a great idea to fly in this kind of visibility. And it's why I would rather not do it in real aircraft. It's way below VFR at this point. Right, slow down a bit. I want to fly slow, so I'll go 2200. Right. I'm just looking at this map here on the left. I don't have my actual position indicated. So there is this small river, just this one. So I'll follow it to the left, then we'll bank right and follow the big one until we get to our first destination. Then banking here to the left. Also, it's good that we have so many landmark or land features here that I can see. And my frame rates are looking absolutely great today again. Let's see what it's saying. Alright, after the frame generation it's 71, so the sim probably gives it 35-40 frames per second, so not all too much. There's Nicotine, fighting for the connection. Okay, there's this river. Well, that's not a great place to be in the aircraft. Right, there's the bridge, there are some cranes there. I'll try to keep 500 feet. So should be 500 feet above the obstacles, so we're definitely not meeting that. EG always disconnect and load for ages. Oh. Now the problem is we cannot get any higher because then we get into the cloud and we cannot see absolutely anything. Right, I think I need to follow the one on the left. But they probably meet. Yeah, there is just an island here. So see, there is this kind of island here. So we are at this place now. I'll slow down a bit more. Let's go to the bottom of the green range, 2100. Right, the river shall be turning slightly to the right soon. I see it's doing just that. I'll add a bit more power. So let's go 22. I feel a bit uncomfortable flying that slow, not having this power. I want to have the power available. Right, there's the river turning to the right. Right, that zombie is there, nicotine is there. Good stuff. I like it. And see, there is the island there. What a weather. I see more to the back than I see to the front. It's kind of the charm of flying this kind of Cessna. Right, here they join. We're going to the right. I really like this lightning effects here. Right, I'm still trying to figure out where we are. Let's have a look. We're flying east. So I think we are somewhere around here now, and the river is turning to the right, so now we are following this leg. So there is a chance I follow this very small one on the north side. No, there's no river there. Oh, here's the improved visibility. I think we're in the rain that was causing it, for the most part. Right, as you can see, getting hold of what you're seeing is not the easiest thing in the world here. The river is now turning left. I hope it will join that other river there, and this should lead us to where we're going to. Alright, so right now I think we are on this turn here, so we'll just follow it to the left and then to the right. So I think we're at this turn here. Whoa, that's a great visibility now. Alright, that means I can climb a bit. Go up to 1000 feet. Right, here's this turn to the left, and there's the other river on the other side. So we'll jump. Actually, let's stay over the river so we do not fly over the houses all too much. So that's still resembling what I saw on the chart. That's good. And the rain just obscuring the visibility. That's looking pretty nice here. Right, reduce the power 22. But that's the one time you're happy you're not flying very fast aircraft, because you have more time to see and react. And as you can see, there's not much you can see in front of you because of the dashboard. And there we go, just flying into the rainfall again. There's the rain coming down. Alright, so we're just overflying this thing. I think the bridge we see in front should be somewhere here. Yeah, that's the one. And then it turns right, there will be a small island and another bridge. So, there's the first bridge here. There's a small island, and the river is turning a bit to the right. And again, in real life, you probably wouldn't be allowed to fly here unless there is some prescribed visual route and the altitude is like that, but I really doubt that. We should be way higher here. And the photogrammetry is looking pretty nice. I mean, from up close you see it's a bit imprecise, but actually that's looking pretty nice from the distance that we are at. Right, can't see anything in front anymore. There's the river turning to the right. We are over this island. And there we can't see anything again. Alright, so we have just passed this small island, then we should go a bit straight. There should be the narrow part of the river and one, maybe two bridges. Then there is this triangle island and our airport is around here. I see you're still following along. Good stuff. Right. Here are the bridges. I don't see the one here, but I see the further one, and there should be the island somewhere over this place. Oh, there's the zombie. Nice, nice. Right, I'll get down to 500 feet so I can actually see something on the ground. We'll go on the southern side of this island, so a bit to the right. I can barely see that, I just see the outline. Right, now we can see it a bit better. Alright, so we'll pass here and then land here on the heat meadows. Let's get ready for that. Fuel pump on, landing light on. And then I will need the flaps a bit later. Right, should be somewhere there. There are the approach lights, but on the other end of the runway. So our runway should be somewhere here. The zombie is still there. Alright, that's the far end of the runway. I think here should be the closer end of the runway. I didn't check what the runway headings are. think I'm cutting a bit in front of the zombie. Should be fine. Right. Let's see what we are seeing here. Alright, there's the runway. Flaps 10, 20, 30. I did a speed check as well. I can see the whole runway. So let's do the approach here. I'll try to stop on the runway. Wait for all of you and then we can take off again. We have the killer trees again. Let's see. Oh, it's this weird approach light system that has the 3 lights, not 2, not 4. It's 3 of them. I think we should be at 2 whites, 1 red. Unless there is... No, there is the 4th one. Slight crossing from the left. Right, rolling back power. Oh, there is a 4th one. Alright, never mind. It's not the weird one with the 3 lights. There's actually 4 lights here, just hidden behind the tree. What's up with this tree here? Rolling back power. Boom, that's the bounce. There's the zombie, there's nicotine. Nice. Right. I think we will just turn around here and backtrack the runway. Or shall we try takeoff from here? I think we'll just try takeoff from here. Let's stop. I will see this airport from the drone. Laps 10. Stay like that and let's jump to the drone. There you go, there's the zombie, there's nicotine, a bit farther. Unless you're still on the ground, but you're on the ground somewhere else, I believe. So there's 2 runways here. Oh, there's a small taxiway. There's a ton of hangars. And the control tower. Oh, really a ton of hangars. Interesting. I think that's not part of the airport. Although, might be in some way. No, there seems to be tracks there. That's definitely part of the airport. And seems like some stands for the aircraft. There's 3 runways here. Interesting. Right, will we be able to take off from here? I think just barely, so let's try and see how that goes. But before we do that, let's see where we're actually going. Hang on. Right, so let's see, time 55 minutes into the stream, so that's good. Next destination is here, so we'll just follow the river, because that A is a bit safer, B it's easier to follow the river. So we'll just take off here, bank to the right, follow the river, follow this bend here. There should be an island and runway on the right side, Fort Langley. Right, let's do that. I'll keep the zoom like that for me. We could take off on 3.6 into the wind. No. I want to try the challenge. I'm actually curious what will happen if we take off. But yeah, maybe that would be a bit better idea. To be honest, the best idea is to just backtrack and take the whole runway. But I'm curious if we will manage to lift off and get some reasonable climb before the end of the runway. Right, it is fairly close. fairly short, so we'll let it think for a moment. Right, I will get flaps 20 for this short field takeoff, and let's try that. I haven't checked the manual again. What's the short field takeoff procedure? I think that's just that, but might be totally different. Step on the brakes, full throttle, get that power, back pressure on the yoke. Actually, I can turn on the yoke for you. And let's roll. I think we'll be able to lift off before the end of the runway, but not necessarily climb to the required altitude. Right, there's 50, so we can rotate. Right, that's a bit too harsh. Accelerator. Actually, that was just on the edge. There you go. Right, flaps 10, flaps up, reduce power, trim up. I need to bank right here to get over the river, and then I hope we'll find our next destination. Fuel pump off, landing lights off. Reduce the power, 22. I will keep this 500 feet. That gives us a better visibility. Also, we are a bit low, so I need to watch out for anything like this tower here. Right, between the shower the visibility is pretty great. In the rain it's absolutely terrible. Also it's still doable. Right, the river is turning here and I think our airfield will be somewhere in this area. I am still not convinced. I think it will be somewhere around here. We're still looking for that island there. Alright, let's have a look. There's the island, so the airfield and the runway should be in this area. Right, let's take a shortcut there. I'll just follow this river bank. Let me see how we are doing. Alright, we are just hanging there. Oh, there's the rainbow. Just a bit of it. So, I would probably fly a bit closer to the river because if we lose power, I just run the engine to idle. Actually we are within the glide distance of any safe place to land. To ditch, which is the water. Alright, so here's the island and our destination, Charlie Bravo Quebec 2, is there at the far end of the island on the right side at the riverbank, and there should be the runway. That's runway 0 right. That's what we have also set on our heading back. I need to think there for a minute. Right, fuel pump on, landing lights on. Flaps 10. And let's look for that runway. I think it's there. In this area, there are some hangars. There is an empty area, which can be the runway. Get some distance and try to roll onto the final. I'm adding some power to keep the airspeed at 70 knots. Is that the runway there? I think there is. Yep, there is the runway. Alright, so we're a bit high. Throttle idle, speed check, flaps full. There's that zombie. Good stuff. We can land there and step on the runway. We'll take off from there. And again, we have the killer trees. Throttle idle. Remember, I'll need to pull. There we go. Get into the ground effect. I did touch the ground here. I didn't even notice. Again, we are on a very narrow runway, and that's why I didn't notice it. No. Gives the perception that I am higher than I actually am. Shall we do a touch and go here? Let's do that. I'll do left-hand side traffic pattern at 500 feet, and we'll do one touch and go. Then stop on the runway and see where we go next. Right, flaps 10. So that zombie, I think I will skim to the right side of you, take off, and then you can follow. I would probably clip your wing, but I'm not worrying about that in the sim. Right, there's 50. Let's try to pull it. I'm still not gentle enough here on my Brav Alpha yoke. It is a bit sensitive in the middle. Usually that's working great for me, but when I did this kind of movements, it's not. 200 feet, reduce power, 25. 300 feet, flaps up, trim up, fuel pump off, and landing light off. Alright. Left onto the crosswind. Remember, I'll be doing 500 feet, so a very low traffic pattern. Actually, we only have room for 180 turn. Right, that's 500 feet, so I'll stop here, reduce power, 22. Right, I think we have wind from the right, so I'll keep this wind correction. We'll see how this goes in a moment. There is the runway on the left. So let's find where our final should be. It should be somewhere over this area, so right of those houses, I believe. Right, I've been threshold now. Oh, I did climb a bit here. Reduce the power, fuel pump on, landing lights on, speed check, flaps 10. Oh, no, don't climb that far. My natural horizon is a bit disturbed, so I need to be a bit more cautious about what I'm doing. And let's start turning now. I'll just do 180 and I'll try to roll out on the final. Right, remember I wanted to be somewhere behind those houses. I think we'll be a bit close. So I need to enter descent, flaps 20. Alright, start rolling into that final. Alright, that's super high, but I think we can do it. Keep the 70 knots. There's the runway, flaps full. Throttle idle for now. Let's descend a bit and then I'll add some power once we're a bit lower. Right. Lightly adding some power. Wind's from the left, so I need left aileron, right rudder. Let's try to gauge the distance now. Right, throttle idle here. Right, that was pretty nice. We touched down in some controlled matter. Right, I'll stop here, wait for the zombie, and then take off again. Flaps 10, let's have a look. There we go, good stuff. Right, let's see where we're going next. So we are here. Next destination, Abbotsford. Let's have a look. There is a runway 07 here, so we'll take this runway. And how do we get there? Right, that's not so easy now. Because I just have this river, and there are the roads, but there's all too many roads. I think we'll be able to see it from the distance. So what we'll do, we'll fly along the river to this long island here, then turn due south, try to stay within the roads and look to the runway on our left. We'll go here and then south and here. That's the idea. I'll see how it works. Right, let's get back inside. Flaps 10. Full throttle. 2500 RPM. Engine instruments in the green. Keep the right rudder. Right. 50, 60. Rotate gently. 70, get to the climb. Two 200 feet, reduce power 25. $300 feet, flaps up, trim up. Fuel pump off, landing lights up. Alright, so far so good. I think there is this long island that I was talking about. See it begins right over there. So we'll go to that place and then turn right, due south. Alright, 500 feet, reduce power, 22. Trim down a bit. Can we see that runway? Not really. And there's worse visibility already there. Remember we're flying here once in the winter with a great visibility, just skimming over the land. Now we're down close, looking for these runways. Totally different experience. there is this long island. Also, you can see all sorts of hills when you're that low. It gets a bit scary. Alright, so we're getting onto this island, and then we'll turn right, due south, and we'll be looking left for the runway. Hey, let's get to the end of this island, so we will follow this road. It will get us a bit closer, so it should be a bit easier to see. But there's a problem. There is this hill. Oh. Also the power line running here across the river. I think I have finally got this add-on from Flights MTO with the power lines. It may or may not be coming from that. I have no idea. Alright, let's try how this works. I'm cautious about this hill. Let's climb a bit to 1000 feet. Alright, that's due south. Our magnetic heading is saying something different, so I'll correct that. This one is saying actually more. Right, turn to the south now. I do not see this road. That road returns there. There's nicotine there. I think we have lost that zombie for a moment. Cannot see you anywhere. Alright, now my only hope is that I will see the runway on the left. Oh, there we are. There's the zombie on the left. Let's have a look. There's a lot of houses here, and alright, I think it might be this island of houses, so our runway should be a bit further and to the left. Now, it would have been wise to tune in the ILS or VR from that airport so that I have some navigation there. But I didn't do that in time. Crossing some roads here. And the runways are nowhere to be seen. Right, that might be the place. Another dense area here, so the runways might be in front of me, left. that's looking not like what I was expecting. So let's check some VR or ILS for that airport. As long as there is any, there might as well not be any. No, there isn't. Alarm! Yeah, code red. We are lost. Mostly because A, there is nothing to look at, and B, I didn't time it, so I didn't know how far we were going. Right, Charlie Yankee X-ray X-ray. I think I am circling now over this place, so let's go 045. Unless we are circling over this place. I absolutely have no idea. Right, let's go direct to the Charlie Yankee X-ray X-ray. Activate. Oh, get out of this. Activate. Let's see where it is. Oh, 090. And it's pretty far. Right, so that totally didn't work. 5 miles. So we are somewhere here. So I think I turned a bit early, then we overflew that, then I was asking what's going on, and we ended up here. Also, terrain seems to be a bit higher here. Right, I think that zombie is going for this runway 08. The other's absolutely not for this kind of flying. Also, those power lines. Scary. Right, this is the runway 08, so I'll try to get on final and we'll land straight in. Alright, let's turn on final now. Fuel pump on, landing light on, speed check, flaps 10. There's the runway. Flaps 20, flaps full, and let's land here. This is one of the triangular airports. There are 3 runways in a triangle. It looks a bit intriguing. Alright, but definitely there were not enough landmarks for me to navigate to here visually. Unless if I knew the city pretty well, then I would be able to. And then again, it's a bit too low to fly VFR at this altitude over this kind of city. Right, I'll land here, stop on the runway. That's runway 07 actually. Why they think it's 08? Alright, round out into the ground effect, roll back the power, There you go. Step on the brakes, let's stop here. We'll wait for the zombie and quickly have a look around the airport with the drone camera. There we go, we are already here. Good stuff. Oh, flap stand, when I still remember. Oh, it doesn't work here in the drone camera mode. There we go, just a bit too fast. No problem there. It is a long runway. There's 3 runways, basically arranged in a triangle, plus a ramp here and a ton of cars. This is the default scenery, so it looks default scenery-ish. Here's the second runway, and right, the third one is actually a taxiway, but I think in the past it used to be a runway. I don't see you. Oh, maybe something paused because I'm in the drone camera. I don't know. But I do see you, so that's good enough. I am slightly behind you. This I should be. Right, I think that's all there is to this airport. And there are also those taxiways where you can go right into the middle. And they have a ramp here. Also, they seem to have this paint here that's supposed to help you calibrate the magnetic compass. So I guess this is pointing north and all the other directions. Right, let's jump back into the plane. That zombie, if you don't see me, don't worry. Flight sim has the habit of having disappearing planes and whatnot. I'm not surprised at all. Right, flaps 10, so I think I'll just go straight through you. And actually, where do we go? Create whiskey. I think I'll just set it up because I don't know how to navigate there. Except that it's 6 miles heading 207. Alright, we can try that. It happens to Chewy a lot. Yeah, it happens to everyone. I think it's just some server issue. Anyway, I'm not bothered about it. I have gotten used to that. What can we do? Alright, let's do that. So what we'll do, we'll take off. Left turn, get overhead, and then we'll start the timer. 6 miles, heading 207. Let's check our winds. Oh, 30 at 9 knots. How is that 307? 207. Alright, it is. Right, that means it's basically a tailwind, 9 knots, so plus 10 knots on our to our true speed should give us our ground speed. Alright, let's set this up. Our outside air temperature, I think we need to click here. 7 Celsius, and we are at pressure altitude 200 feet, so basically a 0. Right, so 0 should go over plus 7, so that's something like here. Is that making any sense? Let's think. That would be 15, so hang on, the ESA. Where would be ESA? It's looking a bit weird. So usually we should have plus 15 over 0, which should give us ESA, when TAS should be the indicated airspeed. And this should be it, but it's not matching up with what I see. Great, 10, 20, 30. Am I doing anything wrong? I don't think so. Alright, so we'll just use our indicated airspeed because I do not trust this thing now. So it looks like this is ESA, but I would expect it to be here. That's slightly confusing there. Right, heading 207, so let's set this up. It's 210, 123, 207. Now let's see, we'll be doing... Right, that's a lot of calculations. How do we make it easy for ourselves? Let's fly 80 knots with the headwind. Tailwind should give us 90 knots ground speed. 90 knots, so that's 1.5 mile per minute. So we need 4 minutes. Alright, this should work. Get the clock up and let's take off. So I'll just go straight through you. Your prop is not turning, but I think it's just a multiplayer issue. Boom, I see your light. 50 knots, 60. Rotate. This rotation is a bit awkward here. 70. We're at 200 feet. Right, 200 feet, reduce power, 25. Hundred feet, flaps up, trim up, fuel pump off, landing lights off. Right, now left climb. What I want to do, I want to get overhead the airport and then start the clock just as we are on point, so my time is actually accurate. Also, I want 1000 feet, so we're almost there, and I want 80 knots. Alright, here's our altitude, almost there. 80 knots. I think that's looking good. Right, I think we should be able to pass on our heading overhead now. And we'll be clocking 4 minutes. Unless it's the thing I see just in front of us, but I seriously doubt it. No, that's too far. Right, 207. 80 knots. We're just overhead. So let's start the clock. Right, slow down a bit, we are 5 knots too fast. Maybe that's not an airspeed I can reasonably keep. I'll get the power just to the bottom of the green range, but that's way more than 80 knots. Right, 85. So let's reduce our time a bit. Let's say 345. I'm just guessing here. We're 5 knots too fast. Right, it's 1 minute. Let's look if I can see anything that resembles what's on the chart. Not really. Actually, there is this populated area again, so that might be it. Maybe it's somewhere there. At least we are timing it, so I have some good indication whether we are too far or not yet. I will not be as confused as before. And there is this beacon, so I think this is the place. If the wind is 030, would it push us all that far out? 2 minutes. Right, those beacons are a bit too good, I believe. Right, at least it sort of looks like it's supposed to be. There is this oval-shaped inhabited area. It is somewhere in the middle. Except time-wise, it's a bit too short. Let's check the wind again. Maybe it's a bit higher wind at this altitude. No, it's a similar one. Alright, I think this is the place based on everything that we see and know. Let's have a look. 38 whiskey, just in front to the left. Alright, so that's it. Confirmed also here. Check that runway and we'll build a traffic pattern. Add some power in the turn. Right, I think I have lost that runway, so I will... Actually, we can have a glimpse here. Right, I didn't see the runway direction now. Let's check it here quickly. Oh, that's the right again. Good. We are at the heading 075, 5 degree more to the right. Right, that's 080. I'll just adjust this 0. Get on left downwind. Well, left crosswind first, then on the downwind. I can stop the clock already, reset it, and get rid of it. Alright, that's 080 on our right now. Where is the runway? There's the beacon. Right, where will be the final? Somewhere over here. So I'm looking at this meadow, this field, whatever it is. Right, left into downwind. I found out that having a look from above, estimating where my funnel will be, that's a bit helpful later when you can barely see the airport and the runway. Alright, slight wind correction to the right. 080 is behind us. There's the beacon. Here's that field where I think I'll be on final. I'm not sure about the elevation of this place. Right, it's a bit hard to see, so there is this few houses there, and then that extends into a runway. So I'll also remember that. Right, we're a beam. So fuel pump on, landing lights on. Reduce the power, speed check, flaps 10. Start the shallow descent. We keep 80 knots on this leg. Right, there's the beacon. So our final is going left of that yellow field and left of those, whatever that is, warehouses. Turn base now. I have not been descending whatsoever. Let's correct that now. There's that field I have identified earlier, so that gives me some indication where my final turn is. Alright, I think I have misestimated it a bit, but don't worry. Right, I remember my final should be left of this yellow field, so somewhere over those houses. Speed check, flaps 20. Shallow turn to final. We'll keep the 70 knots, add a bit power. Alright, that's super high. At least I can see the runway now. Speed check, flaps full. That's another very narrow runway. That zombie's approaching from the other side. Good stuff. We have a race, but you seem to be way closer than me. 20030, so that's from our left. I'll keep the heading with rudder and just sidestep to the runway center line. Alright, we are here. There's red and white, so I'll try to keep that. Bit fast. Right, I need to reduce the power a lot. I think 1700 RPM was the number to keep for 70 knots. But that was maybe on a bit steeper descent. I feel those lights are a bit misleading. Right, let's aim here for the beginning of the runway. It is a super narrow runway. Throttle idle. Right, staying on the center line here. That's a challenge. I really like this place. It's super narrow, but also quite interesting. And there's a taxiway here. How does that even work? The zombie, I saw you move to the side there. Good stuff. I'll just vacate here. Try to taxi back to the beginning of the runway. And then we'll take off and go to the next place. Or shall we? I would love to train. Do some pattern work here, but maybe that will be too much pattern work for today. But landing here, well, quite interesting. I wonder what the place looks like in real life. Right, landing lights off, taxi light off, and oh no, I cannot see the strobes. Right, they're off. Shouldn't be doing that while I'm taxiing. Alright, the landing crates are pretty consistent, so I think they're fine. For GA, I actually have no idea what they feel like because we just don't measure them in the GA, so all my landings, I have no clue what landing crate that was. This place is great. I would like to do some more pattern work here in the future for some practice. Also because the runway is so narrow, it really forces me to be on the center line. I think we have lost it, the zombie. Oh no, there we are. Great. Let's see where we're going next. Time-wise, let's see. 1 hour 43. Alright. And we are somewhere halfway. Charlie Yankee, November, Juliet. Alright, 11 miles, 306. Let's think about it. 306. Right, let's set it first. Right, 305, 306, and then wind is 030. So that's from the right, and we'll be doing, I think, 90 knots ground speed. Give or take. Right, now wind was like 9 knots. Alright, 90 divided by 60 is 1.5. 1.5. This will be full crosswind, so that's 4-degree wind correction to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the heading I'll be keeping. Okay. 11 miles, we will be doing like 1.5 mile per minute. So that's 2 minutes per 3 miles. Times 3. So 6 minutes for 9 miles. So like 7 minutes and we should be overhead. Right, 7 minutes. Here's the clock. So again, we'll take off, do the right hand climb, overhead, and then start the clock and be on our heading. Right, let's go then. Flaps. Flaps 10, fuel pump on, landing lights on, taxi light off, and the strobe off. That zombie, I think you're there. Let's go. I'll try to keep the center line on takeoff. It will be a bit challenging. Throttle full, 2500 RPM, engine instruments in the green. Let's roll. I will be trying very hard to keep the center line. Just doing the pedal dance. Right, there's 60 knots. Now, alright, that's working. $200 feet, reduce power 25. $300 feet, flaps up, trim up. Fuel pump off, landing lights off. Actually, fuel pump was off. I did misclick there. 500 feet. Let's start turning right, get overhead, and then start the clock. I'm looking for that beacon now. There's the beacon. Alright, so let's get over there. Now the problem is when you're flying overhead, you cannot see the place because it's below you. Level off, accelerate 90 knots, reduce power 20. I think 22 is what we need. Right, I think we're overhead now, so let's start the clock. The clock is ticking. Alright, let's keep those parameters now. Keep the altitude, keep the speed. I would like to navigate based on some landmarks, but there's nothing I can identify easily. Right, there's a power line that will be crossing this line with the crosses. So I'll take note of that. Apart from that, I don't know. Populated area on the right. Some lakes here. And then there's populated area where our airfield is. And that's pretty much it. I lost the heading there for a bit. Oh, there we are. There's the zombie here. Right, that's 90 knots. I will ease off the power just a touch. And I was saying 5 minutes, I believe. 4 minutes for 9 miles. 5 minutes for 10.5 out of 11. Alright, that should do the job. Trying to look out, I don't see anything. We're crossing some road. I think that's the road that we're crossing now. I need to trim down, reduce the power a bit. 20, 2150. Back on the heading. I have the roads up with those approach lights there. Anyway, must be some airport there. So it's a bit higher than everything else. 2 minutes 20. Right, crossing another route. And it didn't continue to the left, so I think we might be somewhere here now. Oh no, I accelerated there a bit because I was trying to lose altitude. 3 minutes. There's something to the left that looks like it might be an airport. I'm not convinced. Might be just set of roads. Three and a half minutes. No, I don't think it's yet. No, no runway there. Actually, maybe 21 is our power setting for 90 knots. 4 minutes, so 1 minute to go. And then we should be just short of the airport. Oh, we're crossing the power line here. That's great. crossing the power line is here. Well, give or take. And what's that? Is that a road? I think that's a road. There's plenty of roads here, so it can be this one. Can very well be this one. Can't really tell. Right, I think there's the populated area, the one bubble here, and then the big populated area over there. So our airfield should be just behind this bubble here, so I am looking at that place over there. It is give or take matching with our heading. Just taking into account we have slight drift to the left. What's our time? 5 minutes. Oh. Alright, so that's a bit too long. Is that the place? Is that runway? Is that the place? Or is that somewhere else? Right, let's reveal the cards. I will clear this and see what we do. Charlie Yankee November Juliet. No, it's still ahead of us. Right, I know what I did wrong. So we are doing 1/2 mile per minute, 3 miles per 2 minutes, not per minute. So that's 6 minutes per 9 nautical miles and 7 minutes for 10.5 miles. So that's 7 minutes we're looking for. Right, so that's still 1 minute to go. Right, so I just messed up the math there, and now that's actually the landmarks were working correctly. Can we see the place now? Luckily I can do that. Yes, definitely can see the place now. We can even read the runway numbers. There's 07, so we'll go for 07. Right, we'll cross overhead and then join downwind. Right, our final will be just to the right of that road, and I think we want to turn on final somewhere in this area. Knowing that, or maybe a bit earlier, turn into general downwind direction. I'll set the heading 070. Right, that's 070 set. That should be within the 5 degrees of our course. I think I totally lost those roads. Great, now I just can't see it. Right, reduce power. Fuel pump on, landing lights on, speed check, flaps 10. Okay, this should be base leg, speed check, flaps 20. Where's the runway? There's the runway. Keep the speed. I think we can turn final now. Right, super high, throttle idle, flaps full. Actually, it's not that bad. And there is this place runway threshold, so there are actual killer trees on this approach. Or the houses. One of the two. Right, add some more power. We can stabilize this. That's an airfield for Cessna 172. I wouldn't dare to land the Baron here, I guess, unless we run the math and we saw the numbers are okay. These hangars to the right, they're looking super big for this size of the airfield. Right, throttle idle. There we go, that was a bounce again. I did lose track a bit. I wasn't sure where I was going, so I was just looking to the left, but then I lost the feeling of the heading a bit. Right, we'll vacate here, taxi to the beginning of the runway. Actually, maybe we can just turn around. But there was there was 9 knots of 030 wind, so we need to taxi to the beginning of the runway. That zombie, did you manage to do that, or have we lost you? Don't know. Oops. Right, flaps up. Fuel pump off, landing lights off. And taxi lights off, on. Wait, this windsock is showing something totally different. Never mind. See what the bot is saying. 0 for 3 at 10. Alright, so that's still behind us. So it's one of those windsock that shows completely opposite direction. How does that work? I don't know. Right, slow down, line up the runway, fuel pump on, landing light on, taxi light off. Oh, I forgot the strobes for the taxi. There's the zombie, you managed to land on the other runway, good stuff. So, I would like to here for a bit, because I need to check where we are going, so we still have time to taxi. Parking brake sets. Let's see the way. Next we are going Charlie Alpha Kilo 3. Oh, there's 2 of them very nearby. Right, this one we should be able to find visually, so that's not a big deal. Now, 12 miles, 1.5 mile per minute, 3 miles per 2 minutes. So 3 times 4 is 12, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So we are looking for 8 minutes. I'll stop this clock. Reset it. Actually, I'll do the timing again, so at least we have some indication where we are. If I'm not feeling happy, at least I know how far we are. Not sure if you have read the book Fate is the Hunter. I totally recommend. It's a great book about flying. And there's a quote there that an often made mistake is to turn around too early, and what you should do, just fly your heading until you're sure you have passed your destination, and then when something happens, at least you know which way to walk for help. That's just the quote from my memory. It's a bit more sophisticated than that. I have it noted somewhere, so maybe I can find it in the future. That zombie is here. Great. Let's make a screenshot. Also, I have a feeling this windsock is just showing where the wind blows from. That's not what it should be doing. 040 is here, so the wind is coming from here. Yeah. Why is it the other way? Map, sorry. Sorry, thank you Dynamic for the reminder. I made a screenshot and there's this windsock that's showing the other way. Then when I look here at the compass, 040 is here. So that's showing totally wrong way. Right, let's roll. Flaps 10, fuel pump on, line leg on, strobes are on. Parking brake released, full power, 2500 RPM, engine instruments in the green. Knots, start pulling, 60, rotate, accelerate to 70, trim for climb, 200 feet, reduce power 25, 300 feet, flaps up, trim up, fuel pump off, landing lights off. And then we have heading 2 for right. Right, 2 for right plus 4 degrees, so I'll make it 252. Well, let's make it 251. Our 500 feet, let's do the right turn, get overhead, and then we'll be able to start the clock. Let's make it 30-degree bank. Right, there's our airfields. I will just head a bit to the right so that I can actually control where we're passing overhead. If I cannot see that, I can't really do it. There's 1000 feet, slow down and level off. 2200 RPM. Alright, it's time to start the clock now. Get on our heading and we are on our way. Actually, now that I have calculated the heading and time, I feel a bit more comfortable where we are going. Also, it makes it easier to check navigation. There's the road, there's the bay. We'll pass briefly over the water, and it should be just over here. That's where we are going. I think 2150 for 90 knots. So we briefly go over the water, and it's just on the other side, somewhere in this area. Somewhere here. Maybe here. Team Pros had to restart. No. Now we are getting it. Ooh. How long did it start for you? My sim starts in like a 17.5 minutes. I am not even joking. I think it's because of the number of sceneries I have installed. Well, that's good luck with starting sim. You will catch up at our One for our next waypoints. Anyway, thank you for flying along so far. It's been super nice to have you behind me. Good thing I managed to do screenshots in time. And to be honest, I'm really enjoying these short hops. And you can see that it's pretty difficult to do VFR on those short hops over the city, because the city, very often there is nothing to catch on for visual navigation. Like when you had the river or the power line, that's great, but areas like that, kind of difficult, to be honest. So you do need to rely on your headings and timings here as well. Maybe cross-reference that with some roads, power lines, things like that. But still, that's not the greatest help in the world. Right, we are 3 minutes. I was saying 12 minutes. Am I right? No, 12 miles. Right, 2 minutes per 3 miles. So times for 8 minutes. So we're a bit faster, so let's try to slow down. 2100 it is then. Maybe this plane flies a bit faster than I thought. Alright, there is this small island here. And I do see it as well here on the charts. That's the one here. So it should be pointing, there's a small river and then the runway. It's also 07. Usually very rare for my sim to freeze like it did. Oh, I had some issues when I had it in a windowed mode and I was trying to maximize it on some other monitor. Other than that, at some point I turned off, well, that's strictly obvious related. I turned off psychovisual tuning, and as soon as I did that, I didn't have the same freezes and it never crashed my PC again. So I really do hope that was the culprit. I did read somewhere that it's using the CUDA cores on the GPU. So there is a chance it has been competing for those cores with something else and that was causing the freezes and the CTDs. I know. Yeah, the zombie. Sorry to hear that. I hope you'll be able to load in soon. 4.5 minutes, so 1.5 to go. And remember, 6 minutes will put us directly overhead. My heading doesn't seem to be matching very well. Might be just the wind issue. Right, it's supposed to be somewhere here. Maybe a bit further. There's this route, and then it's just turning into the heading. This place is here, so our airfield is just south of it. Somewhere here, this area. Right, 5:40, so we should be there. Right, having a look here now, it's somewhere in front of us. I still can't see the runway. Well, it's a good idea if you're flying there for real to check on the Google Maps what it actually looks like in real life, so you know what to look for finding a runway when you just have seen the aeronautical chart. Not an easy feat. Where are you? Might be the runway here, or here, or here. And turn so it's not below me, otherwise I cannot really see it. It should be on our left. Right, I know it's there, I just can't see it. So again, if I looked on Google Maps, I would know what to look for, but I didn't. Right, should be on our left. Spawning back in, good stuff. Should be on our left right now. I think this is the runway, this dirt strip. There's that zombie. Right, I managed to find the runway before you showed where it is. So that's the runway here, there's a taxiway. Right. I know. We'll get over this warehouse. Oh, that's our next destination, by the way. And land on that runway 07. Let's get that heading to 07. Alright, 070 is set here. Let's see. I remember that this warehouse hangar, whatever it is supposed to be on short final. Who puts airstrip so close to Andorra Airport? Great stuff. Right, reduce power, flaps 10, fuel pump on, landing lights on. Keep that airspeed, flaps 20. There's the runway, killer trees again, flaps full. At least I know we are not taking off into the killer trees, that would be unfortunate. There's that zombie there. Alright, that was pretty quick, definitely quicker than my 17 minutes load time. I need to slow down and pitch for that speed. I think I need the orange ball on that seat indicator to just be touching the bottom of the horizon line. That's 70 knots there. Right, good stuff. I should have remembered that way earlier. 17 minutes, yes, I'm not kidding. That's how long it takes for me. And it was way faster before the sim update 12. Anyway, fine for me. I don't want to bother with installing and uninstalling stuff all the time. And problem is, I have a lot in the official folder, so I cannot really do anything about that. Slowly rolling back throttle. Idle now. I think I'm a bit high. Oh, that was nice. I thought it was a bounce. Let's check the bounciness. And there's the zombie spawned in. One bounce, yeah. I didn't want the bounce. Flaps up. Fuel pump off. And let's roll for takeoff. I mean, I will taxi to the end of the runway. I can barely see where the runway is. I will just guesstimate it. I think we're on the runway now. Looks like the most used part. Right, 30 knots on grass, that's not what we do. Right, there are no runway edge markers or anything. Very often in this kind of spills there are some markers. I think they're required to be there. Also, this can be a private airstrip, so then you don't really need that. Let's turn around here. There's the zombie. Right. Okay. We're aiming for that house and this gap between the trees. I'll just get ready, but we'll... Okay, actually our next destination is just behind us. We saw it already, so let's go there. Flap stand, fuel pump on. Landing lights are on. That zombie is ready, in position. Let's go then. Full throttle, 2500 RPM, engine instruments in the green. Alright, we're good to go. Let's roll. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Actually need to pull this yoke to release the pressure on the nose wheel. Now it's in the air. Alright, we're in the air, 60. Slowly accelerate to 70. Get to the climb. Hey, that's a quite short takeoff. 200 feet, reduce power, 25. 200 feet, flaps up. Fuel pump off. Landing lights off and trim back. I saw the nose dropping, so I started pulling. Let's do left turn. And we'll be on our way to the airport that's just behind us. I don't like the high wing aircraft because I do not see where I'm turning. So in this one I can at least move the head forward and see what's going on there. There's the next place, just on our left. Let's touch down this runway that's in front of us. Right, it's looking good. That zombie, whoa, nice. You're managing to stay so close, and I know I'm not flying very straight and level. Right, reducing power, fuel pump on, landing lights on, speed check, flaps 10, flaps 20 and flaps full. Trim down. We have a tailwind, so I need to touch down early, so we are able to stop. So no floating this time. Right, reduce the power a lot. Wind is from the right for a change, because we have this tailwind. You can actually tell that it's a tailwind. It doesn't want to sink as eagerly as usual. Right, red and white, let's keep that. I will try touchdown before the aiming point. It's red on red now, but we are over the threshold, so that's okay. Slowly rolling back power, getting to the ground effect. There you go. Alright, I think that was the nicest touchdown today, and that's kind of what I'm aiming. Just have this positive attitude, smoothly touch the gears and do not bounce. So I'm pulling, 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 feel that it's losing lift, and then just settle it down. Someone was asking last time what I'm looking for, and that this touchdown here, that was the one. Right, let's turn around here on the piano keys. Flaps 10. There's that zombie. Right, I think we didn't see our model for a second. Oh, there was a bounce. No, how come? Maybe it was just a slight one. There we go. Alright, I'll try to use some less power on takeoff now, and you should have a chance to stay in this close formation. So I will only go to... Right, let me check. I'll step on the brakes. I'm not going anywhere yet. That's full power on 2420, so let me go 100 RPM lower. Maybe even 200 RPM lower. No, that's a bit too much. Right, here. So you should have a leeway of 100 RPM, and you should be able to keep up. So get your engine to full power, and then when I start rolling, you can start rolling as well. I know we have a delay, so just observe. Right, so I'll start rolling now. I'm not sure if you want to do that or not. I know it's pretty tough. Yeah, you managed, great. I'll reduce the power even a bit more so you have a chance to catch up. There's 60, rotate. 70, get the climb. $200 Yay, you're doing it. Reduce the power, so I'll reduce it even further. 300 feet, flaps up. Trimming up, pulling up. Oh, I forgot to check where we are going. Alright, overexcited. Fuel pump off, landing lights off. Yay, there we go. Good stuff. Well done. I will check where we are going. Right, we're going south at the tip of the peninsula there. One Romeo Lima. That's actually in the United States. So that's the hardest part for me as well when I'm catching up. So I'm trying to never go too fast and never take over the aircraft in front of me. But I know it's not easy, so don't worry about it. It takes a lot of practice. Right, I'll be turning southwest, and we're going to the end of the peninsula, somewhere over there. And that airport is actually in the United States. Wait, I think I remember watching some YouTube video about it. Hang on, something is not matching up here. Oh, I know, because the end of the peninsula is there, and then from the end of it we follow to the right. Right. I got the idea. Let's climb to 1500. It will stay that way. Now that I know you're flying behind, I'm trying to be very easy on the controls. Right, I'll try to level off here, reducing the power. I'll keep 22. Oh, the clock is still running. Believe it or not, that happens to my real clocks as well, quite often. Right, here's the peninsula, and I think the runway is somewhere over here. So, that place is actually in the US, and the only landway to get back to the US is through Canada. It's a bit of a weird place. And I think they had some sort of trouble when the borders were closed in one of the recent years because, well, they were locked. There we are, good stuff. I'm usually trying to keep below because that's easier, a bit easier to control when you're below. Also, one reference that you can have is to make the wheels of the aircraft in front of you be on the horizon. This puts you in a nice angle just slightly below. See, not like that, but have the wheels on the horizon. When you're flying the gliders in a tow, that's how we do it. Just keep the wheels on the horizon and always keep the wing same level as the aircraft in front of you. So that's a few tips there. Right, I'll have a look here. There's one Romeo Lima here. Will we be able to see it? I don't actually know. It's probably somewhere there. It should be like in this area. I think it's there. Right, the runway is just at the tip there, so it's somewhere within that forest. And that is a runway. Oh wait, it's runway 3416. We'll land on 34 then. Point Roberts Airpark. Right, we're slowly descending here. I don't know how to make it now. I don't see the runway. That's a bit of a bummer. I'll see the heading, so I have some reference. 3340. So it's this place here. Just those houses there. There should be the runway here. Right, I'll start slowing down. Reducing power a bit, fuel pump on, landing lights on. Flaps 10 in a moment. So we are ready to do that as well. Alright, flaps 10. Nice, well done. I think that's the runway there. There's like a hangar and there's the runway here. Alright, flaps 20 in a moment. Flaps 20 now. Right, reducing the power a lot. Is that actually the runway? Maybe it's a bit further actually. There between the trees. That road there is a bit too short to be a runway. Or is that the runway? Nah, I'm super confused. Which one is it? I would vote for the grass one. That looks long enough to be the runway. Yep. Right, throttle idle. Well, almost idle. Flaps 30. I will not go full idle. I think we are in the right place. At least it looks like a runway. Feels like we have a lot of crosswind here. Alright, that wasn't great whatsoever. I'm still not exactly sure if we're on the runway or not. Oh, I think we'll get to the front first there. Right, let's turn around here. Yeah, we did. You managed. Great stuff. I'll turn to the left. Get it rolling. No. Pull left. Step on the brakes. Back on this runway. As long as this is a runway. Now I'm a bit confused. Kind of look like the runway. But let's have a look here. Right, let's check on Navigraph. I'm super intrigued. Right, we did it. It was a good call. So the road, I think, was around here and the runway is here. So I chose the right place. Actually, I just remembered that on Volanta we do have satellite pictures, so we can look for that to have some reference where we're actually going. Oh, there's a house here and there's a taxiway. That's not where we go. Oh, and there's an aircraft here. Look. Oh, there's a ton of yachts here. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty wise to check that so we actually know where we are going. Now, is that our last destination on that trip? Yep. Next we just go to Vancouver International. Right, I think we'll just follow the coastline from there. Time-wise, 2:35. Alright, sounds like a plan. I'm not sure about the distance. Fortunately, the VFR mode is showing this last one as, well, as an arrival. That's a bit awkward, but that's 14 miles. So that should be another 6-7 minutes. Alright, good stuff. Let's check the landing. 2 bounces. Alright, I am not getting better, I am getting worse. I think the problem is that I need very slight inputs on the Bravo, and somehow I'm used to more generous inputs. Sorry, and Alpha. Munchy Crunch, welcome, welcome. Very nice to see you. How are you doing? We are flying in the Vancouver area. I will show you what we did so far. That's what we did so far. But the weather wasn't very VMC, so, well, I wouldn't fly a real plane in that weather, that low, over this kind of city. But it was an interesting experiment in the sim. Basically had to follow that river and we could see about, so from here we could see the next bridge. And my flight plan, yeah, that's it. So we're on our last leg. We covered all these legs here all around the Vancouver. It was pretty nice actually. I got a bit lost on this leg. Actually that didn't work very well. From there on I started doing the actual headings and timing the legs, and then it was a bit easier. That's the flight plan. We also have it in chat under the route command. It's actually pretty nice. Just find an area with a lot of airfields, just go around. We did it last time in Anchorage in Alaska, and now we're doing it here in Vancouver. I really did enjoy that. Where's Anchorage? I lost it. It's here. So the last time we visited those seven fields here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the last time. Jesus! How's Vancouver? It's really nice, and the weather has cleared up a bit. We were we were below VMC definitely, and it was technically possible to fly, but we were not at any safe altitude whatsoever, especially on this above this kind of city. I have the Alpha Yoke. I really like it. It's just I need very tiny movements in the middle, in the pitch, and when it's normal flying, that's fine, but when it's maneuvering for landing, I have a bit of a trouble for using that. But anyway, it's not a big deal. I really like it, can recommend. And what I like is it doesn't have a detents in the middle. Jesus. You had the auto shout out. How was your stream? So that's what I did so far. As you can see, I got a bit lost on this leg here. I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, we were in the right place. Right, so when overflying this populated area, I thought we were overflying this area. And then I thought we were here and I couldn't see the airport. Yeah, that wasn't great. And here we flew super low, like 500 feet. So that's not the altitude to fly unless there are some prescribed routes for VFR flying, but I don't think so. Still, at least we had the river to follow on that leg, so that's a bit better. And now we're just getting back to Vancouver International, to our millionaire hangar. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 airfields today, but a bit less landings than the last time. Last time you had 27. Rest of the stream was great, did 2 APL flights on the CRJ. Cool. It's when to flare and how much to pull back on the yoke. Yeah, exactly, and because it's such a small movement, I do have a tendency to over control it in the sim. Right, let's get going then. Laps 10, fuel pumps on, landing lights on. Same here. Yeah, it's just the difference of the hardware because, well, there are two differences. In real aircraft, there's a bit of more travel than you have in the sim, and 2, when you're flying slow, there is less force. So you are doing this generous movement, but they barely have any force. It's just much easier to feel what you're doing. So maybe what I should be doing, try not to over control it, just do very small tiny inputs. Also, I'm doing this with one hand, so it's a bit more difficult. Right, let's do that. So I'll try to do same thing as we did last time. Just not use full power. Let's roll. Right, I hope we will clear the killer trees. 50 knots, so we can rotate. Accelerate to 60, that should be our best climb gradient. Actually, I just wasn't pointing to the highest tree. It would be pretty okay. $200 feet, reducing power. Going 23. 300 feet, flaps up, trimming up. Fuel pump off, landing light off. And shallow bank to the right. Right, you're following. Good job. Whoa. I'm not doing great on the other hand. What's that area over there? Like some sort of island. Interesting. See, Jesus, I didn't use the full power, and now the zombie has a chance to follow closely throughout the takeoff and everything. That was the bit I was always screaming about. What is this place? Right, there's also a road leading there, and we do see it on the chart here, that's this area. Interesting. I would say it's more industrial than anyone living there. And the weather is getting worse again, at least on the northern side. I like it. Good job hanging in there. But I would advise to try to stay below the aircraft in front of you. It should be a bit easier. First of all, you see a bit better because there is no engine covering the view. But it does require a lot of practice. And again, the way I do that is to make the wheels be on the horizon. That should put you in a nice spot. Yeah, just like that. Good stuff. Hey, this is looking great. I'm actually a bit trouble flying that close. I got a torty calf on my lap. Nice. Actually, right before I started the stream, the cat decided to jump on my lap, and I was a bit sad I had to let her go. That's a sad moment. Oh, yeah. It doesn't happen very often. Right, we are not in great visibility again, so I'll go down to 1000 feet. I'm not exactly sure we need to go. I think we need to just skim those islands to the left side. See the cat pictures later today. Cool, thank you. I always enjoy your cat pictures. It's a nice bunch there that you have. Right, we need to get down at least 1000 feet, maybe 500 feet. Good stuff, that zombie. I am proud of you. This looks so good. Oh, this on the other hand, not so great. Alright, I think we are just overflying one of those things, maybe possibly this one. So then we'll turn due north and we should reach Vancouver International soon. As long as I can see anything. Oh no. Alright, now I can see. Guess we are over water. It's actually hard to determine. I will aim for that land. It should be a bit easier to see. Alright, we're descending 500 feet. We can actually see where we are going. And that's not looking great. Alright, I will go heading due north maybe. We'll just skip over this, we'll see what it is. I don't want to just fly over it and then find myself flying into the water. I have no visual references whatsoever. Actually, maybe that's the peninsula that's just north of Vancouver International. That's also a chance. So that thing to the left in front of me might be this one. And that would put the airport just around here. Let's test that theory. There are houses there, also this peninsula has the houses. That's making sense, at least in theory. What's this deal? Actually, it's on the chart. Hang on. Look at that, this thing here. Seems to be on the chart. What? What on earth is that? Alright. Unexpected, but helpful. The airport should be to our right. There's the tower, there's everything. Alright, good stuff. We are back, safe and sound. Well, wouldn't be legal flying in real life, but in the sim it shows why it's not a good idea to fly in this weather. Right, and time-wise we are perfectly 2:50. Good stuff. I think this ball, this might be the radar. Looks like the radar to me. Can I see any runway? There's the runway just below us. Alright, so let's land there. Fuel pump on, landing lights on, reduce power, flaps 10. This is a long runway, so I'm not worried about it. It looks like Vancouver International is holding all the bad weather today. Flaps 20, flaps full. Right, let's aim for that runway. Again, I will not go full idle, so you have easier time keeping up with me. I'm only going to 15 on the manifold pressure. There we go, good job. Alright, the rain again and poor visibility. Now the biggest problem flying in this kind of visibility is when you actually get lost for a moment, you are doomed, and you are very likely to run into some obstacles. Right, I will float in this power setting for a moment. Let's try to keep it nice. Right, that was a touchdown. I just bounced there. It will just be floating on this power setting. Remember, that's the power setting I had in the descent. Right, so when I can start slowly rolling it back and pulling up. Think what I need. I know what I need to do. I also need to be trimming back when I'm doing it. That's helping a lot because then it keeps my speed in the middle. Right, that's the touchdown. There's the millionaire hangars on the right. That's where we are going. Right, we registered 3 touchdowns here. Right, let's vacate here. I need to step on the brakes. I'm not sure if that's a taxiway though. It does look like one. Never mind. Too bad. We should have vacated the taxiway. What is going on here? There's all sorts of taxiways everywhere. Right, I think because we vacated in some random area, now we have to cross through this grass. And let's get to the millionaire. Also, flaps up. Forgot to do that. We'll get to the other side now. Visit to where we started. Fuel pump off, landing light off, taxi light on, and strobe off. I just don't know why this lamp was standing here, just covering this lovely writing on the wall. Alright, I'll stop shortly here, no turning around. So you can find some nice position to park. Right, that's it. I'll hit on the brakes here. And we're stopped. Parking brake set. Let's have a look how we did. Well done. Good stuff. Really well done. Amazing. So you managed to keep, well, just behind me the whole flight on this leg. That's super nice. Very well done. I'm impressed. Right, let's shut this thing down. Also, let's check the bounces here. Only 2. Interesting. Right, I'll hide the yoke. So we can get the other yoke. No. The pitot hit off. Let's get the avionics off. I'm not sure how to turn off the autopilot. It should be possible. Transponder off. Avionics off. Taxi light off. Mixture cut off. Engine has stopped, magnetos off, fuel selector stays, beacon off, nav off. Oh, I forgot the alternator off and battery off. Right. That's it. Let's keep it this way. And we're back into the rain. Alright, that worked. That was the plan. That was what I was aiming to do. Just have this nice view with the millionaire. Right, I think we'll keep it this way. Looks pretty nice. Okay, I'll get the guitar and bass placed out of rear. This will take like 5-10 minutes. So we'll go and write, I think, 2 nuts if he's still streaming. So if you can, please stick out or right. I would appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed the flying. I had a good time. It was a great idea to do this kind of trip again. And just a trip around the Vancouver area. There's a ton of airfields here. It looks pretty nice on Volanta, I believe. Actually does. Look, we registered 3 landings here. Great. That's 3 landings for a price of 1. Alright, super nice trip, I can recommend. And it's actually a bit entertaining just because we are doing those touchdowns every now and then. That's much better than when we flew from here somewhere to the valley. Remember we went to Hope at one point? That was quite a long leg, and compared to this, well, I think I do enjoy the short Hopes a bit more. Right, I need to get myself out. It's not as easy as it seems. So I'll go to mute, hide myself, I'll be back in a few seconds. And I'm back. What you're witnessing, I was just getting this from under the wheels of my chair. It's designed to lock it in place, and it works like a charm. I did 3D print this myself based on some design that I found. I just slimmed down the design so it's way smaller. Right, let's get the chirps in. We can kill the music and the sim. And get the guitar out. Also the cat is on the lookout. I'm in danger. Right, here comes the guitar. Right, that went pretty smooth. Alright, the cat is lying on the heater, so I'm safe, we are safe. We are back on the Millionaire, flying around the Vancouver, on the green, that's zombie following along the whole flight. Nikonin also wanted to, but had some technical problems. Anyway, thank you for trying, I do appreciate that. Also, there's the Web the Burrito logo here, the skull, I just noticed that. And the zombie, very nice flying, so close on the last leg, I super enjoyed it. Right, we'll go to the right to Chewy. There will be no stream on Sunday, it's a holiday here, so I'll be doing other stuff. Next stream will be on Tuesday then. Let me check, that's Tuesday, April 11th, 17:00 as usual. I'll let you know on Discord. I'll also post that there is no stream on Sunday, so in case you forget, you will be reminded. And that's it. Right, let me get the raid ready. Right, here's just taking off, so let's do that. Thank you for flying along, very good stepping by, thank you for hanging out. It's been super cool, very chill living for me. I did enjoy it, appreciate the stepping by. Again, thank you. I'll see you next time on Tuesday. Let's go for the ride. I'll see you there. Post your hype emotes, whatever we can. And that's it. Bye.